Hey, welcome to Who's Up, where we get into sports, health and wellness, personal finances, and we tackle some current events. Today we have Danny Ocean, Dr. J, Justin, and myself, TJ. So on the 1st of July, Virginia just passed its weed law. So it's basically legal for the most part. There's still a lot of restrictions out there. But on the subject of weed, what about your girl Richardson, Danny Ocean? What's the update on her situation?
So Shakari Richardson finds out on television that her mother has passed away. And to cope with that, she goes and smokes a little weed in Oregon where it's legal. She gets popped for it, gets a 30-day suspension, which means she cannot participate in the 100-meter, but she could still participate in the relay. And then yesterday, the United States track and field left her off the relay team, so she will not be going to Tokyo at all this year. She is not participating in the Olympics. So I guess the question is, like, what are your thoughts on that rule, the rule that she got popped for from the Olympic board, and then the U.S. Track team leaving her off the relay team completely, so she can't go to Tokyo at all?
Uh,
TJ or Justin, lead us
yeah,
off.
yeah. Well, I have a question. So was it her decision not to run in the beginning? Like, was she like, oh no, well, if they kick me off the 100-meter relay, I'm not running at all? Or was her decision kind of forced once the USA kind of kept him off kept her off a relay team?
So once she got the 30-day suspension, the thought was she would still be added to the relay team, so she would still be able to compete. And then the U.S. track board yesterday did not put her on the team, and she's not an alternate either. So there's no way she can go to Tokyo.
The relay event was supposed to be outside of the time frame of that suspension.
Right.
The so relay is have a little chance still, but
yeah, now it's
closed all doors on that.
So do you think, I know there's been a lot of talk about this being anti-Black or a tea leaf and a thread of anti-Blackness with the Olympic board, because another thing happened with swim caps. There was a company that made swim caps for Black women with natural hair, and the Olympic board denied that. And I mean, it was pretty racist. It was pretty much like, it doesn't match the shape of a normal head, again, which is rooted in racism. In fact, that Black people are genetically different than our white counterparts, which is a lie. And then I believe I don't have all the details on this. I believe there was a young woman who got banned from the Olympics because she failed to make an appointment because she was on bed rest from an abortion. She's also Black, and that feels like a very harsh punishment. But again, I don't know too much about that, so I don't want to talk about that part. I do know about the swim caps, and I do know Richardson's punishment seems to be extremely harsh from the American side of things. And I mean, the Olympic rule is archaic and stupid, but I mean, I hate to be rules as a rule guy because that sucks, because she deserves to run because she's a moneymaker and she was going to win gold. But I think for America to be like, no, we don't want you on the relay team, and she beat all those girls in the 100, and that's how she got to the Olympics in the first place. So, I mean, then I know we've talked about Naomi Osaka and how she was treated by the tennis board. If you don't speak to the media, you're not going to play. It just seems to be like an underlying theme of how Black women in sports are treated in general, and how the road is traditionally harder for them compared to Black men or their male counterparts. That wasn't a question, but
yeah,
you got
it. If you want, I'll comment on both of the ones, one that was a question and one that wasn't a question. So Shakari, I do personally think that it's unfair, because if they technically count it as a performance enhancing drug, it's definitely not that. And so my thing is, how can you make it legal in some areas, but then still have archaic rules that don't match up to where we are today?
Well, for the Olympic board, they don't care that it's legal in America, because they're looking after the entire world, right? Like, okay. So like someone, I don't know the rules in Russia, but if Jakar in Russia can't light up, then whoever can't light up in America, even though it's legal in America. So they're looking at the world in general, not just well, it's legal here, but not there, because someone coming in high on cocaine if it's legal.
True.
Also, like, it's not legal in America federally either, so that's another thing. So like, even like by some like government employees, we still have to abide by the federal law, even though we live in a state that is legal.
Right.
And but one of my biggest things is like when she first tested positive for it, she owned it. She didn't try to deny it. She didn't say she made a mistake. She like, I did it. I made a choice. I was coping with something, and she would do it again. I mean, like she owned it. She was responsible about it, and I think that was the biggest thing that I took from it. How she handled it, how she owned it. It to me that made her such a bigger person to do that. And but I can see how it's a performance enhancing, like just to play devil's advocate, because if you think about it, if it helps with your like hunger, helps with calming your nerves and stuff like that. Say somebody's really jittery or hasn't trained properly because they couldn't eat right, and you smoke a little bit, and you can fix that problem. Now you're a better athlete. So I can see how it can be a performance enhancer, but at the same time, it's natural. I mean, to me, should it be illegal? No. It's like I would never fight for it to be legal just because it helps with certain things. I mean, it's a natural substance that's not necessarily bad for you, in my opinion.
I think it's kind of trashed all the way around. I mean, especially looking at the black female part of it, because I mean, what's my girl, Simone Biles? They told her that some of her moves had to be banned because she's just too good. You know what I'm saying? So, and then this is also the same IOC that if we go back enough years, they were still right along with the whites only pools and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, we talking about swimming Olympics, I mean, that part of it. So, we got some deep rooted things. I mean, they roll right along with Jim Crow and then apartheid when that was going on too. So, some of this we got to take into the account of just the rest of the world. But in case of Shari, it might be a blessing in disguise for her because I hear that Japan is having a rise on COVID cases. Maybe she gets to be safe from all that that's going on over there. So we got to take the good with the bad, I guess.
Yeah.
But as far as performance enhancing, I mean, my whole thing is where we draw the line anyway. I'm pretty sure if somebody lift weights for the first time, performance has been enhanced. I was kind of cracking a little joke earlier on social media today, and I was saying that maybe they should ban all events that's over 3 minutes long because oxygen is performance enhancing. If we go to exercise phys, you need oxygen once the exercise is longer than 3 minutes to sustain it. That's why we have to stop and rest. So maybe oxygen should be banned if we're gonna play that petty of a game, with the ILC. So some people would say maybe have your own Olympics, make your own rules. If you can't get a fair break, have your own table. Not to get too off the topic, but some people also said maybe having a version of sports where nothing is banned. See what happens then. A little controversy, maybe somebody comes in on cocaine because we turn a blind eye. Anything goes.
They had that in Rome in the Colosseum.
The Roman Colosseum, the originators, right? Back in the day.
The OGs. But and this is completely off topic, not completely, but if I were her, like I would apply for dual citizenship somewhere else because she's only in her early 20s. Like she has at least 2 more Olympic cycles in her, dog. I would go apply for dual citizenship in Canada or something and just murder the US for the next 2 Olympic cycles in the 100, like just to stick it to the USATF for what they did to her because she deserves to be on that relay team. Like I don't know, like I know they released a statement, but someone needs to get in front of a camera and look me in the face and say, well, this is why we left her off the 4x1 relay. It's my heart breaks for her, like in the worst way possible because she didn't deserve this at all.
Yeah, she lost enough.
Let the U.S. team lose. Just let them lose. Let them get
bad.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard they was going to take an L anyway because the Jamaicans are like that.
I mean, but at least she gives you a better chance. Like, and she's a star, right? Like, she's a moneymaker. Like, the Olympics are going to be in Tokyo. How far is Tokyo in front of us? Like 12 hours?
Yeah.
Like, how is viewership going to be in America to begin with? And now you have a star that when she's on the track, America will be watching. It's going to get you your ad dollars. It's going to get you viewership numbers. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, no, we don't want her. Are you stupid? Do you not want this money?
Yeah.
Do you hate black people that much that you're going to miss out on this money?
Potentially. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, everything
is a superstar. Like, I don't know, man. It's heartbreaking and it's sad. She deserves better. Apply for dual citizenship and come murder America in 2024 in Paris. Do it.
I'm with it. So did y'all catch those finals last night?
Oh yeah.
Was it
The Bucks did make it. Called that.
So this is an interesting question. First, let's ask you guys, who do you have in the series, and then how many games? And then I have a follow-up question that I find very intriguing that'll lead into another follow-up question that might cause a little bit of a stir. So you guys tell me first.
Well,
who
wins
wins
the first game, or now that we've seen the first game?
Now that we've seen the first game. Game 1 is over. The Suns throttled the Bucks.
I got that gentleman sweep 5 games.
Okay. Justin.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5. I'll go 5.
Dr. J.
Taking the Bucks in 6. They're gonna slow walk.
Okay. If the Bucks, I'm kind of hedging my bet, but I don't care. If the Bucks split, they win in 6. If Phoenix wins tomorrow, yes, it's Phoenix in 5. My next question is this: if the Bucks pull this off and Giannis wins Finals MVP, he'll be 26 years old with 2 MVPs, a championship, a Finals MVP, a Most Improved Player, and a Defensive Player of the Year award. Like, he's won pretty much all the big ones except Rookie of the Year. Does he enter the GOAT conversation? No. If he wins? Okay. Where do you rank him in the league as the best player? Is he the best player in the NBA at 26 with 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year trophy, a Finals MVP, a championship?
No.
But you guys don't care at all. This does nothing for you.
It's not to me. It's not about the accolade. It's to me, what does he bring to the game? Because right now he's playing off of raw talent and his ability. I mean,
which is scary.
I think he has a really high ceiling, and if he does improve over the next 5 or so years, yes, he may reach like a better place in the game for me personally. But right now, he doesn't bring anything to the game that's game changing. You know what I'm saying? Like Steph Curry, there's almost changed the game with his 3-point shooting. LeBron James, his size, his power, his speed, his knowledge of the game, changes the game.
Giannis changes the game and how you play the 3. He's long and he's unstoppable going to the rim.
Yeah.
Like, he's like Russell Westbrook on steroids.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, and that's it.
So Russell Westbrook can't shoot. And as
soon
he
doesn't need to shoot.
Oh, he need to shoot.
But I'm talking about Giannis. Like, Giannis, Giannis can't shoot, and
if
he's
he
still going to
be the best player in the game, he got to get a jumper.
Shaq was the best player in the game, couldn't shoot for anything. He was dominant.
But Shaq stayed in the bottom the whole time. You see
but Giannis can handle the ball, though. That's what makes him special. Like, I'm not a Giannis like the go-go gadget, throw my shoulder in your chest offense. It's not for me. Exactly. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk like Giannis isn't, like, is he generational? How about that?
Like this.
My bad. It's definitely generational because, like I say, his size and his talent doesn't come around often. Yes, he's special. He's abnormal, but I think he doesn't have the ability to go with his attributes yet. Could he be a great player? Yes,
well, he's already a great player. Like he's already a Hall of Famer.
He is better than Wallace to me.
Hold on, let's look at his Hall of Fame probability because it's got to be at least 80%.
And why you looking that up? My comment for Giannis is you can't say someone is GOAT status or even top there when Giannis has technically only been to the finals. This is his first time in the NBA finals. I'm like, if you 2 MVPs, you defensive player on a year, why in a predominantly East? He's been in the East the whole time. So that is the weakest schedule out of the weakest conference out of the entire NBA. And yet this is your first time getting to the finals. And you've had Defensive Player of the Year, MVP twice. So he got MVP twice in years that he didn't even make the finals. So my thing is, are we trying to crown Giannis the GOAT because he has awesome regular seasons and he wins a bunch of games on a regular season? That doesn't make you the GOAT. The reason why Kobe was the GOAT during his period of time because Kobe went to the finals, what 7 out of 10 years or something like that. Like he was in there for a good little bit. LeBron James, even though I'm a hater, LeBron James went to 10, 11 straight finals. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you have to do more than win in a regular season to even.
I'm saying if he wins a ring now, and by the way, his win probably is 48%.
First time. What does he do the next year? Steph Curry had been to the finals 5 times, 5, 6 times.
Steph has been on a very talented team. But your point is still taken.
Yeah, but again, how he's been on a very talented team, right? So he had the number 1 seed in Western Conference, right? So did Giannis. So you can't say that his team ain't been, what it's supposed to be in order to get the number 1 record. Your team got to be good because Giannis ain't scoring 100 points a night. So I think that my overall opinion of Giannis is I think he's going to be very good. I don't know that if Giannis will ever be I don't know if I'd even put Giannis above Chris Paul.
Because we have 16 years of Chris Paul, though. Like Giannis is just entering his prime, and he could win his first championship at 26.
Yeah, and again, it ain't like he won it at 21. So my thing is
Devin Booker, the only one who went it that young.
Yeah, so I would say as far as Giannis is considered, like again, he's not better than Chris Paul. Every single team that Chris Paul has been to, he has drastically improved their winning percentage. Can you say that if you put Giannis on, let's say, the Cavs, that they're gonna be more than the 5th seed in the West?
Ugh.
You see what I'm saying? Like, think about, again, I'm a LeBron hater. Think about some of the team that he brought to the damn final. Anderson Varejao.
So Drunas
Ilgauskas. They had Damon Jones. Dudes regular people wouldn't even heard about. So I'm like, before we start trying to crown Giannis, let Giannis be in the finals more than he sneezed and got lucky. Because if he would have faced a healthy Nets team, he wouldn't have been in the finals.
I mean, you can say the same thing for the Suns. Every team the Suns have played.
Yeah, they got lucky. I'm not saying the Suns are good.
Do you guys think this championship is tainted?
Yes.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't think it's tainted because if you want to say tainted, I mean, you can go back to the bubble and say that one was tainted.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
That was legit.
Nah, because the Lakers played a hurt Nuggets team.
When the Lakers not there, it's tainted.
Okay.
When we win,
thank you for clarifying. So there've only been 17 legit NBA titles.
Yes.
Correct.
And Jordan we get Jordan to pass. Rest of them.
Whoa. Dirk's title is legit.
Dirk hold weight.
Yeah, no, Dirk.
But that's Jason Terry. He tapped the championship on his arm
get out of here. That's Dirk throwing up 30 a night. We're not going to sit here and slander 41. That's what we're not going to do on this joint.
We slandering Giannis right now. And so, I'm gonna borrow Antoine Walker from the day on First Things First. He said that Giannis should be the 3rd option, scoring wise.
I keep hearing that Chris Middleton is Batman, and if Chris Middleton is your man, then dog, you ain't got a shot in hell.
Oh, he ain't saved him in the first game of the playoffs altogether.
I mean, he had that third quarter. I'm not saying Chris Middleton is a bum because he most certainly is not. But if you drawing up the last shot and it's going to Chris Middleton, you might as well just go ahead and give it the book right now.
They in the finals right now from Chris Middleton dragging them into overtime and winning overtime in the first.
I'm not saying Chris Middleton is. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he's not a number 1. You put Chris Middleton on the Cavs, what's going to happen?
I'll take that. But what I'm getting at is Chris Middleton's improvement is why we see what we see. See what I'm saying? Not from Giannis. Like
I agree with that though. I definitely agree with you on that moment. And Dr. J, and I also agree that Giannis should be the 3rd option because my thing is Giannis can get it going kind of whenever he wants, right? And so he's not somebody that you gotta keep cranking the lawnmower up. He's good to go because if you don't get Drew Holiday going, you done. If you don't get Chris Middleton going, you done because Giannis does not have the weight to carry a team by himself to the championship. He doesn't. He's just not all that because if they start packing the paint and dare Giannis to shoot anything above the free throw line, good night, Irene. There's no way in the world they're gonna treat him like they treated LeBron James for 7 years in the league. That's why the Spurs took him out.
Spurs took him out because he had Zildjian Ilgauskas as his second.
And he couldn't shoot, and he could not shoot at all.
You can't run the offense through Giannis. You can't run the offense through it. Like Shaq, you could run the offense through him, but Giannis you can't do it. He's gonna get fouled. He's gonna miss. He's gonna shoot bricks from like
play hacker Giannis.
So if Giannis tomorrow said he wanted to be a Laker, y'all would be like, no, we don't want him.
He can be a Laker. He just gotta be the first option. He can't be the first option. He can be the 3rd option. And you can't be the best player in the league and be the 2nd and 3rd option.
Okay.
Correct.
It is.
And this will lead to the final question. Since we're talking about GOATs, who is your GOAT?
All time or current?
Best player ever.
Kobe.
I'll go last on this one.
DJ?
That's a tough one. Best player ever?
Ever. You starting a franchise today.
Today, are we?
Well, see, the rules are different now. Yeah. You're the greatest of all time through the history of basketball.
So give me prime early 24 Kobe, like when he won that first championship.
Dr. J, who is your GOAT? I feel like you may be on the same page as me, so go ahead and say it. I feel like you and I are.
You know, I live behind the 3-point line.
Okay, we are not.
I got to have courage. Either Curry or Durant. I gotta have some threes. No disrespect to Jordan or LeBron, but I got to live behind the line.
Danny Ocean said we are not on the same.
We are nowhere close. Okay, so we got 2 Kobe's and we got Steph. Okay. The correct answer is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
See, that's who I was thinking.
Respect, though. That's respect.
That or Dr. J. So I'm saying, like, all time.
Kareem is the NBA's all-time leading scorer without taking 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, but also Kareem was in the time when they centers was 5'8", and all he had to do was
Kareem dominated for 20 years.
I was about to say
Kareem dominated for 20 years, dog. Kareem, not 1-3 NBA all-time leading scorer. He dominated for 20 years. 6-time champion, 19-time All-Star. That man is the greatest basketball player ever.
I can respect that. I ain't gonna hate.
But I think when you ask that question, it goes back to the type of game that you personally like. You know what I mean? Like, again, like Dr. J said, he was like, oh yeah, I like threes. So, you know, it's stuff. Again, it's what you like in the game personally. Me, I loved Kobe's killer instinct. I don't care if he 0 for 24, he gonna shoot the game winner. To me, like that kind of intensity and that kind of approach to the game, to me, I feel like he's the GOAT. Again, if you want, I'll preface this by saying your other question was if you were to start a franchise today.
Today it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah. To me,
not necessarily, because I'm with Justin on this one. If you had to start a franchise today, Kobe's leadership and work ethic in the locker room is so much better than Durant's. Like, Durant's a great player. Don't get me wrong.
Let me rephrase that question. I'm sorry. If you were starting a franchise with anyone in the NBA today, my bad.
At their current age and everything.
Right now, the league as it stands right now, we're not bringing people back from the Wayback Machine.
Oh, I know who I'm picking. And Luka.
I'm going with Durant. If I had to pick anybody right now.
And the reason why I'm saying Luka is because he dominates the game in so many ways. Like, if Kevin Durant isn't on, which is rare, but if Kevin Durant ain't on, how many assists is he gonna get? How many boards is KD really gonna get? Hey. And so that's my thing is that if I'm starting a franchise with somebody, I need somebody, even if they off, the rest of their team is gonna get work. Even if they off, they still gonna get me a couple boards and they're not gonna run with their head down. So, and Luka's just so much bigger than everybody else. And so he automatically has, a couple, he automatically has all these pluses behind his name because even if he's somebody guarding him at the 2, he bigger than them. If they guard him at the 1, he bigger than them. You know what I mean? So it's like the only positions is maybe like 3 on down, but the way some of these threes is kind of short too. So he probably bigger than them too. So you're talking about a size advantage, basketball IQ that's through the roof, and it'll give you buckets. I don't know if I can.
Luka is a killer.
That up. And he got killer instinct. I don't know if
he is a stone cold killer.
Yeah, I don't
we
know
can, we can end this now. Like, that's altar call. What a pass that? Pass the collection plate. Who want to be saved? Who looking for a church home? Because the doors of Luka are open.
Well, as long as we're not in Dallas, we cool with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, go like, subscribe this video. Go follow us on IG at who'sup_podcast. If you have any questions for us, any suggestions, any comments, please email us at 1-800-WHO'SUP@gmail.com. Thank you.
Signing your Supermax, Luka.